Good evening, everyone. Joe Carullo, Carullo's Corner. And it's all about sports.com. It's all about scores.com with a familiar face tonight with our next high school football preview, the star of the Mike Wilson Show, Mike Wilson himself. Mike, how's everything going? Hope you're having a great summer.
Yeah, good. So far so good, Joe. Hope you had a good summer too.
Yeah. It's been fun. I'm gonna throw you right into the mix here. You
So go for it.
have been in an interesting situation. You inherit these rebuilding programs. You inherited couples programs in peril. However, I look at you as one of those people who specialize in rebuilding. You did a great job at Shalleck. You had a couple championship appearances. How's things going at Clearview? What's the 2016 look like? I mean, last year was a rebuilding year. What tell us a little bit about what you have coming back.
Well, I mean, if you saw us this time last year and you saw us yesterday at scrimmage, we're a completely different team in just operations of things, organizationally. We're a year older. The roster has doubled in size.
Great.
Um, just from our discipline to the size, we look more mature. We don't look like freshmen anymore. We're still young. We still got some ways to go, but we've made a lot of progress in a year.
All right, and I'm not surprised. I know your work ethic. We've talked several times. But I just before we get explaining a little more about some of the kids you have coming back, how would you compare this rebuilding process to the one at Shalleck? Stage two, year
I see
two.
similarities all the I see similarities all the time. Um, the kids remind me of other kids, being there, done that. And we always talk about that as a staff because most of my guys were with me at Shalleck. How does it compare? Every group's different, but it just takes time. I mean, that's one thing we learned from there was it takes four to 5 years to get done. And it's a little bit different with big school football. Like when we go back to 2021 at Shalleck, we played 7, 8, 9 freshmen, group one schedule. We played
Right.
10 freshmen last year on a group four, group five special. So it's a little bit different there. Smaller roster size and stuff like that. But they gain a lot of experience, and we have seen that throughout the summer, throughout our 7-on-7s, throughout the scrimmages on Monday. Like we have seen that experience pay off.
All right, Mike. Just not to change the subject, having a little trouble not with the audio, but with the video. It's like you're talking and you're stopping. I don't know if any technical
Hmm.
issue on your part.
No, you're good, Joe.
Okay, yeah, we'll keep rolling with this. But as far as the 2016, tell us about some of the kids coming back. Who's part of this rebuilding process that we can look forward to seeing?
Well, I'll start with seniors we have coming back. Senior Sam Hubbard, offensive defensive lineman. He's good. He's turning into be a very nice player. Senior Jake Martell, senior running back and safety. He's looking very good. Senior Brandon Kiss. We have a couple of new guys out there. Dominic Witherspoon who played basketball. He played football before we were there. Came back out. He's helping us. So very nice thing. A lot of good sophomores. Luke Landis, Bentley Riggs, Nick Samusisi, Robert Senni, juniors, Griffith Botticello, Mason Toll, and the list goes on and on. I mean, like, we have about 33 varsity kids, and every one of them will contribute.
That's terrific. I know. I remember talking a year ago. How things were, and how things they are now, and I think it's just going to get
Yeah.
better. Things absolutely going to get better for you. What are your realistic expectations this year for this team? Where do you see yourself being in November? Let's say.
Realistic expectations is I want to compete every week, and I firmly believe that we're able to compete every week. I see every game as a toss-up this year, and once we find a way to win games, I think we'll be very dangerous. But the biggest thing in a culture rebuild is, and a team rebuild is getting your kids to believe and expect to win every week, and that's learned through winning. So it's going to take some time. But again, Monday was an indication or summer and stuff like that. We should be okay. We'll be competitive week in and week out.
Yeah, how'd the scrimmage go the other day? And who'd you play?
We scrimmaged Woodstown.
Good.
It was a good scrimmage. We did very well and throughout the whole thing. Rotated a lot of kids. We wanted to see all our kids on film. But I mean, when we got down to the down and distance, forced a couple punts, scored on two straight drives. We looked pretty good for the first scrimmage. We got a ton of work to do though.
Sure.
And A lot of work. I mean, his only first scrimmage was only August 17th, but encouraging for the first time out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And like I said, I think it's going to get better as you go on. Before we go, with your schedule coming up, and I have
Yes.
changed. I have changed my question. I always ask, and I was saying this last night to Garrett Lucas. I said, instead of me asking which is the most important game on your schedule, everybody says, well, the next one on the schedule. So I'm like, all right,
Correct.
you all have new schedules this year. You might be playing a few teams that you have rivalries with, and they're always special. Have any new team that you maybe might not ever see again after this 2 year schedule cycle? Any game that's kind of interesting to you that I'm not saying it has to be the most important, but like a team that you never put in a new division, like
I mean, everybody knows my background, a Cape Atlantic League guy. So
yeah.
there's teams I've never played against or coached against, like Mastery Charter, Holy Cross. Only played Pemberton a handful of times in my career. This will be the first time I ever coached against Deptford in a real game. West Windsor, Plainsboro. EHCS familiar, grew up playing against them. Moorestown, very little experience with them. I don't know. It's nice because coaching for 20 plus years, playing in the Cape Atlantic League myself in high school, never played any against any of these teams. So I think all of them are pretty interesting.
Yeah, I noticed, when I looked at your schedule back in January, it is a bunch of new teams. There's some excitement there. I know it can get boring and redundant playing the same team over and over. Also, this will be season 3 of the Mike Wilson Show. We'll be doing that Sunday. Wow. Yeah, we'll do maybe Sunday or Monday night so we can do that.
Whatever works, Joe. We'll figure it out.
Just want to let our viewers know it's coming back. And excited to have you back here every week, and not only to go through, what's going on at Clearview High School, but throughout South Jersey and the state of New Jersey itself. And,
100%, man. Looking forward to it.
I think it's going to be an interesting year. Any wild prediction with any group, or just some crazy prediction you have that maybe nobody else has? It doesn't have to be with you. It could be unknown team wins a championship.
No, I don't think a no team. I just think there's a couple teams that think they're like reloading or rebuilding. I think Mainland's going to surprise people, even though they're going to have a bunch of new faces playing. Chuck will have his guys ready to go. I think they'll be surprising. I think Cedar Creek will be right back in the mix. I know Melody does a very good job there. I can see Hamilton rebounding a little bit after the last couple of years being down, things like that. So we'll see.
Yeah, I could agree with all three with what you just said. You're talking about 3 programs. I'm not talking football teams. You just mentioned 3 programs.
Yep.
That will not, settle for anything less, and wish them, great luck as well. Mike, I want to thank you for coming on the show tonight, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Thanks, Joe.
Joe Carullo at Carullo's Corner. It's all about sports.com, and it's all about scores.com. Stay tuned a little bit later this evening. Going to have the head coach of the West Deptford Eagles, John Emmel, coming on. So looking forward to that. Mike, I want to thank you again. And I'm going to be talking to you soon. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Appreciate it.